and he would make children, those kind of men, film themselves with children and then report back to him. I'll find that video in a minute. Once I've done this, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Even if that is true, what does that have to do with sort of like?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why are men trying to, dress like women? What's their agenda? Why are you trying to change your agenda for?
If you're not, look, there's no point having that conversation again and again.
No, but I want to know, like, what kind of mental health is it that you have to be going through, that you need to be sitting there trying to pretend you're with somebody else, and then you're coming after children now. Why do children need to learn about it? And I think Jupiter would agree with me, but because you're trying to keep friends.
What are you talking about?
So, I wouldn't agree with you, because Sophia actually stands with my position. I've spoken to her several times on this.
Do you think children should be taught about it at school?
No. So this false narrative that you're trying to
happening
though,
about
me.
The thing is, it's normalizing, getting normalized.
Who's that down to me?
Jupiter, you can't do anything. We've got no power in the politics, right? Christians, Muslims, we've got no say in politics. It's mostly run by atheists, and they're happy with it. And the thobe is not a dress, okay? The thobe has been around since Jesus' time or before Jesus.
So I'm not offended that Sophia wants to transgender and that she's transgender. Sophia is not the kind of person that goes out there and shoves it in people's faces. The only reason that she spoke about it at all in Speaker's Corner was because it was all new to her and she wanted to sort of like discuss things, but she's not somebody, and she wanted to show that there's actually transgenders that do have different views to what is being pushed in the mainstream.
But that's the whole ideology behind it, is that they want to normalize adult child relationships.
No.
There's nothing to do with them. It's nothing to do with them want to be a woman, because there's nothing wrong in being the gender that you are. No one's
before
actually...
it became political, there was always people that wanted to be the opposite sex, felt they were in the wrong body.
Really?
Yes. There's always been that illness there. If you call it an illness, or I don't know what the correct political term for calling it is, but there's
is there anything else you want to add? Because I've got to wash up. You want to keep mentioning me? I don't mind. Any other questions? You want to interview me? Obviously, you're starstruck right now because, first time you're talking and all that.
Well, we were talking about transgender, actually. Now you're uncomfortable talking about it.
No, I said that's fine. Yeah. Bring Ralph on as well. Let's have a session. I would like to have this conversation as well. It's an important topic.
It's so interesting how you sort of like get swept off your feet by any bloody far right fucking cunt.
You just called Ralph a cunt?
I said any far right effing cunt.
Why did you say that? That's quite disrespectful. I don't think he's sworn at you. What's going on?
I actually didn't even mention Ralph. I'm just thinking back to all the times, like many years ago. I remember all like the really extreme people. You'd start bloody twinkling at the toes when they would start talking.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
I'm just like reflecting on the years that like have gone by on these sort of like.
Do you admire Ralph? You admire Ralph?
You need counselling.
Do you need counselling after your interactions with Ralph?
No.
You might need prevent.
Actually, a sound person. I don't know why you're against him, Jupes.
Maybe because he's a charlatan.
He's actually a decent person. You just need to get past all that biasness that we have towards each other. I'm sure everybody could get along. Just finding out
I don't consider him somebody that I would want as a friend, and I don't think he'd want me as a friend. To be fair, it's not nothing personal. It's just a mutual agreement between the two of us.
Yeah, that's it. But actually, I've got an opportunity. There are like people I haven't got along with. There's people extremists from Islam. ISIS that are, they hold extreme views and they have gone to the park, etc. And they've been handled, so they are not going to be rising anytime soon. They're just
So
the same side as the
I would say
extreme.
somebody that wants the whole system to burn is pretty extreme, and that's what Ralph
Yeah.
wants.
But the Jupiter, do you not see the system's collapsing on itself anyway? Whether Ralph says it or not, it's just a reality that what we're running by now is fallen apart. It has fallen apart, especially during COVID.
It's falling apart because the governments wanted it to fall apart. They didn't. It wouldn't have fell apart
They don't give a shit.
if
They
they'd
don't
have
give a
done
shit
the
about
correct
people.
things. But they didn't do the correct things. They
They
deliberately
didn't want to. Yeah.
Exactly. They deliberately brought in divide and conquer. They deliberately did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is there an alternative? Because look at sort of like these Muslim countries where they've tried to implement that Sharia. That hasn't really worked.
You don't know what Sharia, do you, Sophia? You don't know what Sharia is?
No, I do.
You don't.
All right, tell us all
No,
about
you tell me. Let me just find out where you're coming from first.
No, you're the Muslim, so
I know I'm the Muslim, but can you just tell me, like, what are your views on Sharia law? Let me just, so I can speak to you in a way you understand.
So you're asking me my views on being thrown off the top.
So
of
I don't think anyone should I don't think anyone should be murdered for criticising.
Yeah,
Allah.
1 second, Jupiter. 1 second. Let me just hear what she's got to say, or he. Sorry.
I said asking me my views on Sharia is like asking me my views on being thrown off the top.
No, but you just said that you've looked into this Islam isn't working in other countries. Sharia isn't working in Muslim countries. So I wanted to know, like,
well, it's not, because it can't even be
what country is running under Sharia law?
That's the whole point. It doesn't work. They can't even implement it because it's awful.
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right?
Are you feeling okay?
Islam isn't working. Islam isn't working. Okay. Islam.
So, Islam, would your brother have been murdered?
He did. Well, why would my brother be murdered?
Well, for the crimes he committed, would you have been?
What crime did he commit? What crime did he commit that deserves to be murdered? For him to be murdered?
Well, according to the report that was read out, he was involved in criminality, wasn't he?
That none of that is going to be putting him to the guillotines. The cars that he stole and the crimes that he learned from prison. He wasn't a born criminal.
You would have liked him to have
your
one
system.
arm and one leg.
No, I would actually argue that the system has actually made him an even bigger criminal. Each time he went to jail, he picked up all these crimes because the family isn't a criminal. We didn't come from. He hasn't come from a criminal family.
Well, most people that have criminals in their family, the rest of them are not criminals. So that's a stupid statement. And
the society that we live in is not a criminal as well. So it's the prisons.
Let's not worry about the other stuff. Let's just agree that he's a thief. You would want him to have a hand and a leg chopped off because he stole more than one car.
What I would like to do is chop the hands and the feet of the people that have made him into a criminal.
Okay. So you wouldn't want him to have his hand and foot chopped off, even though he's a criminal.
So 1 second, we're getting personal again.
You would like Sharia law in this country.
We're getting personal again. So in under Sharia law, none of these crimes would actually take place, right? Because there will be laws in place that will prevent them from stealing in the first place. These are petty crimes.
Can you show me a country where
people are stealing cars? Where people are stealing cars and selling them off for a couple of pounds. In UK, you can't afford a home. You can't afford a decent living. If you've got a little criminal record, just say, for instance, something minor. Let's just say you've like hit your dog. You kicked your dog.
In first world countries, everybody's got homes, have they? They've all got mortgages.
So in Islam, we don't have usury, which is putting people in debt, is putting people into poverty. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
so all these third world countries, all the inhabitants.
Those countries. You're going way too far here, right? You want me to cover everything. So under
No,
like,
I'm asking you serious questions.
let
So,
me just give you the 5
okay,
things that
so
Islam would
let's just look
forbid.
at, can you pick a
I,
country?
I
Can you
think
pick
so.
a country where every single resident is completely rich?
That's what
Okay,
I'm telling
because
you.
they're
That's what I'm
following,
telling you.
because they're under Sharia
Saudi
law.
Arabia,
Right.
Kuwait. But
And
I
they
don't know if
don't
they're
have to
running.
chop anyone's hands off because there's no thieves there. Is that true?
That's true. That you know you can leave things out in the public. You can leave your keys in the car and they won't
What a
steal it
load of nonsense. So
because
we do know that they
people
do
are not
public.
pe-
We do
people are
know
not
that they
piss
do
poor.
public
People are not piss
whippings.
poor like they are in this country. A lot of people are broke, you know. And if they saw a Ferrari with a key in there, they would jack it because that's the kind of people that are we're living with. You know, they don't see these kind of things.
Yeah, that's
But
nonsense.
and in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, you've got like everyone's
Yeah.
like because of
Yeah,
the oil,
so
the oil
people,
money.
luckily for me, people know that you've got rose-coloured glasses on and you don't live in reality.
That's true though as well, Jupiter, because you probably can't afford to go to places like that to see it for yourself.
Yeah, you're
But I
right.
think Sophia, that's what
You're right.
Sophia changed her
I can't
gender.
afford to go there. And that means
So
what?
did she not just say, "Oh, we're getting personal," and then she mentions me? So,
No, but I'm just saying,
darling,
Sophia, you changed your
don't
gender
stop
because you thought you
crying
could
when
land an
I
Arab.
decide to get
You
personal.
tried to land an Arab. Yeah,
Anyone
so
can afford to go to
Don't cry when
Dubai.
so
I
you
get
got
personal.
personal with
Anyone. It's
me.
a
You
fucking
got personal
air
with me,
ticket
with my
away.
family. You got personal with me and my family. Now, if I turned it
I
around,
didn't say anything about you and your family. What are you talking
you're
about?
both arguing. What you talking about? Okay. So let's say Sophia
The
Lewis does
fact that
not
you're
know what
mimicking me and I
Sharia
still
law
send you
is.
photos is
So
really
she
funny.
knows under Sharia law, majority of the problems in UK we would not be facing right now. That's a fact. Firstly, we hold our leaders accountable.
So rates would
ISIS,
increase
ISIS virgin.
because
You're
Muslim
doing
men
it
can
again.
rape
You're doing
anybody
it
that's not
again.
wearing a
You're doing it
hijab.
again. You're
Yeah,
doing it
because you
again,
keep
Jupiter.
talking over.
You're
You
doing
don't want
it again.
anyone else to speak.
But no, you're asking me a question. Listen, I think you both got some kind of mental issues. You don't let anybody else speak.
It's
Do you
funny how
want to
we
talk?
both have mental issues and you're completely sane.
Yeah, there you go. I think there's definitely something wrong here. You
Have
two
you ever
carry on.
considered that it's you with the problems?
I'm just gonna let you talk because obviously I'm too much for you guys right now. Jack, if you can hear me, there's people in the back they want to join.
Yeah, you're not too much, Halima. I'm just being quiet so that you can speak, so that you can not pretend that you've got people attacking you. What's happening here is that when it's something that makes you come up against your bias, you're immediately sidestepping and
I
deflecting.
don't know why there's takes two of you to talk to me. Like usually there's like 5 people and it's only me. I'm a giant like that. But like I was saying, in under Sharia law, it's forbidden to drink alcohol, take drugs, fornicate, rape, all that shit. It's
Yeah, but
dealt
that
with.
doesn't go
We
with
don't have
British culture,
prisons.
does it?
We
Doesn't
don't
go with
have
British culture. We
doesn't
enjoy
go British
drinking.
culture.
Yeah,
Before,
we
yeah,
enjoy
exactly.
drinking.
You drink and then you go home and then you beat the shit out of your wives and then they end up dead. Right?
I
That's what
don't have a wife, and no, my husband doesn't beat
we're
me when
not
he has
talking about you personally, Jupiter. I don't know why you're taking everything personally. This is
because
not
I'm
personal,
British,
yeah.
and you're saying all British people. It's
Um,
funny how you don't like generalizations unless you're doing it.
No, this is what drink does, not just to the British community. It does it to anybody that drinks. You lose your senses, and gambling is forbidden as well. So, yeah, Islam does have a solution for all of today's problems, and so does
So
Christianity. But
in Dubai, they do drink. Muslim men do drink. I've got friends that live in Dubai that are Muslim,
like I was saying to
and
you, there's nothing.
they
There's
do
no
drink.
Sharia.
They go to
There's
these
no
private
Sharia.
compounds and they
There is
drink,
no
and they get
Sharia
pissed
country.
out of their
There is
heads.
no country in
Yes,
the
they
world
do.
at the
Stop
moment
lying.
that's run
Stop
under
lying.
Sharia law.
Stop lying. I
All right,
think
which
it's you
country?
that can't afford to go to Dubai.
Which
Otherwise, you'd
country?
know that.
Which
You should
country
know
is run
that.
under Sharia law? Which country is run under Sharia law?
There's several countries that are run on different
Name me
aspects
one.
of Sharia law.
Just name me one.
None of them have it
Just
complete.
name me one
Because
country that's
if
run
they were to
under
do it
Sharia law.
complete, it would
Just
be
name me
too
one
severe.
country.
They probably wouldn't
Just
have a society left.
Jupiter, and Sophia Lewis. Name me one country that's run under Sharia law.
I just told you there isn't one that does it all in total.
Okay, 1 second.
And can I just say, I've been to Dubai many times now. They have a big trans community there, and a lot of like the trans people there are glorified, and they do shows and all the rest of it. And the sort of Arabic men love going to those shows.
Okay, 1 second. So have you been to those
Sophia,
shows
is there
yourself?
not places that you can go to drink?
Sophia,
Yeah, I've drank in Dubai
do you
many
go to
times.
those? Have you seen them?
Yes, I've seen them. There's this
Okay,
one
you've
really
gone-
famous trans girl that lives in Dubai
Did
called
you
Hanifa. They all love her there.
did you
performs
go to?
shows.
Did you name me a country that's run under Sharia law or not, Sophia Lewis?
I like how she just completely disregards what I said and asks me for countries.
No, I'm
run
just
by
asking.
Sharia.
Let's go to the beginning. Of course, there's going to be sinful people from all backgrounds: Arabs, Pakistanis,
Yeah, but you said if you had
Bangladeshis.
Sharia law, it wouldn't exist because that would eradicate.
No, I said
Yeah.
in a country, which country is run under Sharia law? Because Sophia Lewis made that statement that Sharia is not working in Muslim countries. So I just wanted to ask this liar, like, what country has Sharia law? Because she hasn't. What it is that she's got an agenda, a narrative against Islam still.
No,
Just
I
because
don't.
it's changed her gender, she's on a lot of medication to keep herself like, hairless and stuff like that.
No, so
Um,
you're going personal. Let's remember
oh,
that this is what Halima said earlier.
yeah.
I think that's like quite personal.
Mm, mm. And so
Are
was
you just
mentioning my
jealous
brother.
that I don't grow hair? Because I know Asian women have that type of problem. Is that your issue?
I said because we're more masculine than you probably. That's why, it happens. But never
Is
mind.
that something to cheer about?
So you
What
were
the
a
hell?
soy boy. You were a soy boy before. You were a transgender, and now you're just. It's helped you, in what you are now.
Okay. Was that sort of like your
Anyway,
point?
so did you find any country that's run under Sharia law?
We've already said that there's no country that's completely
Right, that's
run
good.
under
So
Sharia.
you have no understanding of Sharia law as well, right?
We
Okay,
do.
so let's okay, so we've settled that.
But
What
in
is
order
an
to sort
ideal
of like
world?
get answers, you sort of have to let people speak. There, you can't just ramble
Sure.
on.
So what is an ideal world in Sophia Lewis's eyes? What law would work for everybody? Muslims included. Muslims included, funny enough, Sophia Lewis, because we are human too. And we follow a religion, right?
I didn't say you guys weren't human. What are you on about?
Right. So just make sure that the law that you bring out actually includes us and our religious
Yeah,
values.
this is like speaking to Maku. It's all pseudo.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
she's telling me what I believe and then telling me to like
Yes,
give
and
her
arguing it.
responses
Yeah.
on that. And
No,
like,
no,
I'm arguing
you brought it up first. We spoke about the society has fallen apart. The politicians have screwed us up, like left, right, and center. The whole system is breaking. And Sophia said that she doesn't know any other answers to it, and then she mentioned Sharia law. So I'm just asking Sophia Lewis, what does she know about Sharia law? She knows nothing about Sharia law. So I'm now asking her or him,
Well, I
what
do. I know that people are getting
what
their
society?
hands
Okay,
chopped. They're getting homosexuals are being thrown. People
from the
getting
buildings,
stoned. Women that are getting raped. Women that are getting
Okay.
raped need 4
They get
witnesses.
raped here as well. They get raped here as well.
Yeah.
So you just asked me what I know about Sharia, so I'm telling you and you're interrupting. Can you shut
And
your mouth?
and the mafia are chopping hands and heads off here, like the Metropolitan
Why
Police
are you
did that to
deflecting? We're talking.
Douglas.
You asked me what I
What
know
was
about
that
the
guy's
Sharia.
name?
I'm telling you, and you started to talk
The
about the mafia.
reporter. What was his name? The one that the Metropolitan Police kept quiet about for like 20 years or 30 years.
Halima, you just asked me about the Sharia, so I'm telling
Right.
you,
So
you're mentioning the mafia. Can you?
so
Are
all
you
the
gonna
things that
let
you're
me
talking
reply?
about, all the things you're talking about, are actually happening in this country as well. But yeah, Sharia law
That doesn't make it
handles
any
things.
better.
And Sharia doesn't do that. Doesn't just randomly chop somebody's hand off. And I know, like, you're hurt. You're hurt.
So what about the women that are being raped that need 4 witnesses? I think that's disgusting.
That's not. You know what 4 witnesses were for? Not for rape. That's. I don't know. You get your information twisted. The
No,
4
it's from
witnesses.
Ali Dawa.
No, the 4 witnesses. He's twisted it as well. I have looked into this. It's not about rape at all. Because if a woman is coming up and saying that, and we take her word for it, the 4 witnesses. Oh, come on. Is it for?
Don't you know the Sharia?
No, because this is you got to get it right, because we can't be liars like you. I don't want to be counted on the day of judgment, because
No,
we
that's
believe
fine.
we're going to
We'll
be
give you, we'll
accountable.
give you a
We're going to
while.
be accountable on the day of judgment. But unlike you, you don't believe in a God, so you know, for you it's okay to say whatever you want.
So she's telling the truth. If a
Oh,
woman
here we go.
alleges rape,
So we've
you
got
can only
like
prove it if
an
she's got
Imam,
four
Jupiter.
witnesses.
Jupiter
If she
is
hasn't
like
got
the
4 witnesses, then she will get done for adultery. But if
wait.
the man decides to marry her after raping her,
That's in Christianity.
yeah,
That's in
then no,
Christianity.
it's not. It's Islam. It's Sharia rules.
No, that's in
Then
Christianity.
it's
So
okay, you
if
know.
it
She's married
happens,
off to a rapist. That clears it all up nicely.
so not
Ties
much
up
we
the
prove for
loose
testimony
string.
for.
Anyway, Moon, good to see you on here.
Hi, Dupes. Hi, Sophia. I've been dying to talk to you.
I know. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, I jumped in because Dupes knows the trans thing has just come up so many times. There's so much fucking ignorance flying around. It really does piss me off. And Halima, you know, you point the fingers that people don't know about this and that to do with your religion, but you seem to know shit all about trans.
Yeah, go on. So you're
know,
happy. Welcome, Islam, Rashma. What's good?
You know, they don't all have to take medications to stop growing hair. For
Do you know?
instance,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was
So do
just
you know?
something
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
say,
That's a
wasn't
minor.
it?
That's minor. That's minor. So
Yeah, but it was
you
just
know, in
something
America,
nasty to say,
you know,
wasn't it?
America, in American schools, right? They don't even have to. They don't even have to tell the parents that they're
We're
giving
not in America.
children.
I don't care
Yeah.
what happens in America.
What happens in America happens in UK. They're literally like the brothers and sisters, right? So this whole
No.
LGBT celebrating month started in Los Angeles, and the Orthodox Christians were against it, right? And then it came to this country eventually. You can go onto the internet, you can search up this Orthodox Christian, I've forgotten his name, the priest who speaks very, very openly against this movement.
And we're not all into religion. Some
sorry.
people just live their
Nobody
life.
actually, we're talking
Some
about the
people
religious
just
side.
live their life.
That's fine. They can, like, you know, you're free to do what you want. This is UK, and the laws are protecting you.
Exactly, but you don't seem to be happy about that. What do you want to do?
But she's not happy about Muslims. She's not happy about Muslims.
Do you want to get trans?
Wait, who's
Well,
happy about Muslims?
he isn't happy about Muslims.
Okay,
You know,
every time
homosexuals.
she refers to me as he, I will refer to Halima as a Bushra. So
that's fine. I like that name.
Why do you
So
have
listen,
to do that?
this Bushra said
right.
that I'm not happy with Muslims. I'm completely
No,
fine.
you're not happy with Sharia law. Why are you not
How are
happy
you
with
telling
Sharia
me
law?
what I'm happy and
I'm not
happy
happy with Sharia law, but I don't.
So
I'm
then
not happy with the
you're
Sharia, but I'm
Islamophobic
fine
then.
with Muslim people.
I don't
So
think
you're
many
denying our
women,
religion.
many modern women are happy with Sharia law.
Exactly.
It's all
What?
right if you're still living in the dark ages and you like to be owned by men.
Excuse me,
but
excuse
we
me,
don't.
excuse me,
We
excuse
don't
me.
all want to be
Excuse me,
owned
do
by
not
men.
speak. Do not speak on behalf of any Muslim woman when I am on the panel. You have no right. You're not in the religion. Don't you dare
Don't
speak
talk
about my
trans
sisters.
people,
Don't talk
then.
about my sister. You can
Well,
speak
then you
on
have
behalf
no
of the
right.
trans.
You have no
You can
right.
speak on behalf of the
You
trans.
have
Nobody
no
gives
right.
a fuck about them, right?
You have
But when
no
you're speaking
right.
about Muslim women, shut your mouth.
You're
Okay?
talking
That's
about
all I'm going to
trans
say to you.
women. So
You start
don't.
speaking about Muslim
Shut your
women.
mouth
That's not
then.
your right. That's not your
Shut your
right.
mouth
Speak about the trans as much as you want, but not about the Muslim
No,
women.
just because you're
And the
Muslim
Muslim
doesn't
women,
mean that you have got the right to speak about other Muslims. Anybody can talk about any topic. Where the
no,
fuck are
you
brought
can't.
up?
You
Yes,
can't. You
yes,
dirty dogs. You're just dirty dogs. That's all you are.
a free
You don't
And you're
own
all,
a sub-community.
you know what it is? You're all pro-LGBT and you're going to be pro-pedophilia. And I mark my words, that's going to be legalized in this country. That's going to be legalized in this country. You're attacking Muslims. You're attacking Islam. Sophia Lewis is going to be the first.
Raping children in our fucking country.
Check this out. This is what she is. What you're about.
You.
That is a bullshit lie. The white pedophiles are the ones that are raping your daughters. Where are the women? Where are the women when the girls are being abused?
Well, isn't it a bullshit lie that you just said that I'm going to agree?
Sophia Lewis, you're going to be pro-pedophilia very, very soon because that's on the agenda, and you're going to be first on the bandwagon.
Though, aren't you? You're pro-rapist, though.
Well,
So
exactly.
you know
Like,
what?
I just don't understand how she can say that I'm going to be pro pedophilia.
Yes,
Like,
you are, because
how can you-
you're part of that community. You're part of that community, and the stats show
Part of
that
that
most
community. Listen
trans
to
are
it.
going to be
So are
abusing children.
you. But
You're
so are you.
no, there's no such
Look
thing.
at what your
And
communities do.
so a handful
I don't
of
even believe this, but that's like me saying, "Oh, you're Asian, so you agree with the
no,
Asian
wait, all
green
white.
man."
So we have to say all white people are
No, she just
pedophiles.
denies them. She
All
denies
white
they
people are
exist.
pedophiles. Then all white
She
men
denies
are pedophiles,
they
because
exist.
there's a lot of pedophiles in prison right
Ignorant.
now, and they're white, and they all look like you guys. So that means all white men are pedophiles, right?
That's
Look at your
ridiculous.
own
Like, look,
community.
So,
Look at your own
okay,
community. And look at the
okay.
failed
So all the
policing
women
and
married
the
to those
government.
rapists up north that were grooming girls
Oh, here
all
we
look
go.
like
Here we
you.
go.
All
So
look like you, and they're
what?
rapist
So the
apologists. So are you
white
one?
pedophiles. 1 second. The white
Yeah, they all look
pedophiles,
like
right?
you though. They all look
The
like
white
you. They all
pedophiles.
Yeah,
gave
they
birth.
look
The
like
white
you though,
pedophiles.
Halima. They look
All
Also,
of the
like you.
mothers for the groomers look like you, Halima. So what now?
okay, so listen to this. Majority of you guys, right?
Majority of
It's
you
in your
guys, yeah.
nature. That's like the white
And the
pedophiles that you're
majority
trying
of
to
you
support.
guys, thick, yeah.
No, you're the thick one. We're trying to have
No,
a
you're the thick one
conversation.
because you've got to keep
You're
offering
bringing,
people.
you're legalizing prostitution,
You're
pedophilia,
legalising it by
LGBT.
giving birth
This
to
is not,
Oh my
Sharia has got
God.
nothing to do. Sharia has got nothing to do with UK right now.
Who said it did? You're the one saying
You're-
that.
No, you're trying to say that
No, you're the
Islam,
ones
No,
that are
you
bringing in
your
did.
false
society,
arguments and
listen, you
telling
know
us
what it
what
is?
we
The
believe and
society
then
is falling
arguing
apart.
against what
The
we haven't
society is
said.
falling apart.
No, it
Your society is
hasn't.
falling
No,
apart.
no,
The
Halima.
society is falling
No,
apart. You're all
Halima.
suffering,
No,
right? No one
Halima.
gives a
Move
fuck about you.
then.
No,
Your
Halima.
politicians don't care about you, and you're
Move.
all. That's it. You're finished. There's nothing
Move.
left.
Move.
I
Move.
I don't even
Move.
need to say anything.
Move.
I don't even need to say anything, do I?
Move.
It's all
Out.
falling. It's falling. No, why? Why?
Go to a
This
Saudi
is my
Arabia
country.
country.
This is my
Move.
country.
There's
This is my
plenty of
country.
them.
This is
Right,
my
so it's
Yeah,
not
country.
but you're
going to
not happy
fail.
here. You hate it.
It's not going to
No, I
fail.
don't. I
It's not
just say
going to
I'm
fall.
telling you. You're talking about Islam, right? And you're talking about your laws. Your laws have fallen apart.
No, they haven't.
No, they
How
haven't.
so?
Anyway,
Why?
they don't. They got.
So why are you talking to people like this?
Because they got. They got.
And there's so many
We're not
people.
going to bow down to a religion.
When people on the phone.
Yeah, no, no.
you are-
But listen. 1 second.
So annoying.
Yeah.
The
You still
sister
there?
also wants Sharia
I'm
law.
so
That's all. We're not saying that
getting
we
it.
can't be Muslim. We're
You're
not
not
saying
getting
that
it.
we hate Muslims. We're saying that we don't like Sharia law. It's two different things. And by you sitting here trying to make every Muslim think that we hate Muslims, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's extremism.
And that's ridiculous as well. I don't hate any Muslims.
You're an extremist and a troublemaker.
We've
Fact
not
of the
once
matter
said
is
that
that
we hate
we have
Muslims.
many Muslim people in our real day-to-day lives, and she's just chatting bullshit. The people that are cheering her on in the chat, you're as stupid as her to really sit there and believe that we hate Muslim people because we oppose the Sharia. There is a difference
Ridiculous.
between the people and that Sharia.
Yeah,
Well, they
it's
all
like-
they
it's like
enjoy
someone
being
saying-
victims.
It's like someone saying, "Oh, because you don't agree with the British law, you hate all British people." No one is so fucking saying that. It's fucking
I know.
ridiculous. And if they haven't got the nuance in their brains because of the low intelligence to fucking have a conversation, I don't know why. I don't know why they do this. They come on, they tell you what you're thinking when it ain't what you're thinking, and then argue it. They might as well argue with themselves. They're all schizophrenic.
I know.
Seriously.
It's like this big chip on their shoulder, and they've got nothing better to do than sit and pick holes. We actually live in a diverse country. There are people from all walks of life. It's actually a really nice place to be. And when people sit and slag it off, I just think, well, there's plenty of people who have emigrated, so go and fucking emigrate. You know, if you don't want to sit on the bus next to a trans person, then fucking get a grip.
And then we have Rashma in the comments saying that we all hate her. Rashma, I've been nice to you from bloody day one. What are you talking about?
I don't really hate anybody. I just can't abide ignorance.
Exactly. Look, any sensible person brought up in Britain would not want to go back to medieval times and have people having their fucking hands chopped off because of thieving. Now, that doesn't mean that we like thieves. It just means that we know that that's a bit fucking extreme.
Yeah.
We don't want to see someone fucking publicly whipped because they've been unfaithful to their partner. That's
And that
ridiculous.
goes for Muslim people as well. I don't want to see Muslim people being beaten or bloody having their hands chopped off because they stole an apple.
Stoned to death.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
would I want to see that happen?
It's awful.
And they're not going to bring it here. They're not, and they will try, and they've been trying, and it's not going to happen. They're not going to bring that sort of shit here. We don't do that in this country. And there's room for everybody.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd be quite happy for them to do a 2-year trial, right? Where only Muslim people have to abide to Sharia law and get punished by it. You'd soon see how quickly they don't want it in this country.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, if a Muslim man marries out, that's okay. But if a Muslim woman marries out, oh, we're going to have to kill her and her husband. That's Sharia law.
Yeah.
Tarahush, that's Sharia law. Anyone not covered head to foot in one of those fucking black garbs are allowed to be raped. What the fuck is all that about?
Wow.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You know, how she says that it would improve things, and not really. We've already
it
got
would
enough
make
of the
things
problem
worse.
up north. How would it improve things when they think that any woman who's wearing fucking jeans or a fucking neat skirt or a fucking dress is allowed to be raped because she's not in a fucking black fucking bin liner?
It's very small-minded. I mean, the mentality, literally calling Sophia skank and an NHS pill junkie. That's when any debate, you've won. You've won it. When they have to come out with personal shit like that, they have lost the argument anyway. Don't know why anyone bothers to even speak with them.
What annoys me,
Crazy.
Moon, is that if you actually talk to Sophia, and she's here, you can ask her yourself, she has basically the same beliefs that I do on it.
I know, but they all for it because I am actually trans. I think they just throw out.
My
these
daughter
lines
is,
and things.
Sophia. That's why I always wanted to chat to you. My daughter is 5 years post-op.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to get her on to chat, but with the mindsets that go on here, I couldn't put her under that sort of duress. She's very quiet. She works hard. She minds her own business. She gets on with her life. She don't do anyone any harm. I could never bring her into these chats because of that sort of behaviour.
Look, Halima is actually so narrow-minded that she thinks that like homosexuality or like LGBT, she thinks it's actually a religion. She's saying that we don't have our own law. It's not a religion, darling. I know that you're thick as fuck, but it's really not, Bushra. Anyway, let her ramble on saying that I support all of these things and this and that. She don't know shit. At the end of the day, she's sitting in her house in East London or flat somewhere, typing frantically, putting out bullshit lies about me. And I just thought, like, Halima, you're a big grown woman. I would have thought that you're a bit more sensible than that. You've been on these panels for how long now? And you're still the same. You are so boring and draining. Sophia Lewis, you don't have a clue about Islam.
Oh, God.
I think she might get a kick out of typing these sort of lies. Because I can't understand why she would do it. Like, what's the point in typing these rubbish things that are not true? I think she must get a thrill. But anyway, I'm going to just sort of like ignore her in the comments now because it's like responding to lies is literally just like arguing with a baby. It's like, you know how babies just say, rubbish things, and you just like, what's the point in replying?
Yeah, and they have this perception of people. I mean, it's obvious who the racists are. The fact that they have perceptions like Muhammad in a hat. Most white people on YouTube sit there and get stoned to death. Grow up.
Like I said, I'd be quite happy, and I'd even vote for Muslims to be judged by their own Sharia law for 2 years and see how they get on.
Yeah.
I'd vote for that. I'd allow them to do that. They'd soon be crying when there's a thief in wider society who gets fucking 6 months and then fucking rehabilitated, and they come out with one less hand.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want that, because then I think we'd have loads of like Muslim people walking around like with one arm or one hand. Some
Of course we would.
Or whipped.
It wouldn't just
But
be
then
one
again,
arm.
if that's what they want, then I don't know what to say.
And they all want you to have Muslim friends, but they won't have a trans friend or a gay friend. So, you know.
Yeah, but Moon, do you know that's really not true? I have many Muslim friends that like, no, I'm trans. So like, they're completely fine with me.
Yeah,
they really don't care.
But they'll deny that. And they'll say, well, they're not really Muslims then.
Yeah, I know, which is ridiculous because they pray 5 times a day. They're really lovely people. But these guys on YouTube, that's why I say like the people on YouTube, I don't really think that they're actual good representations for Islam at all.
Mm.
Your everyday Muslim person is not like these nutters.
No.
Like Halima.
I agree. It's quite sad, actually, that they're caught up in this victim mentality, and she wants to argue with her own self because she didn't ask you what you thought and then say,
she told me what I thought.
Yeah, but what about this? Or have you looked at it from this angle? It was all, you believe this and I don't agree with it, and you believe that and I don't agree with it, and it's like, what?
I know. It's crazy.
But thank God we don't have to really see much of these kind of idiots in real life.
Gosh,
yeah, I was going to say, when I come off of here and like I'm just in the real world, I don't come across these type of lunatics.
Yeah, and that's what, so I get really surprised when I hear all the spouting that goes on, because I don't hear that in the real world.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it amazing though, when you go back 20 years, I know you're not old enough for all that, Sophia, but when you go back 20 or 30 years, people really didn't even bother arguing about what religion they were or anything. It's like the outside influences come in to make everybody argue about it. People didn't care. You had Muslims friends, and you didn't even, if you wanted to know about their faith, you'd ask them about it, they'd tell you, and that was it. You just accepted it. And they accepted you were Christian. That was it. There was none of this, you filthy bastard, you eat pork. Oh, you filthy bastard, you've prayed over my fucking food and I don't want to eat that meat. There's none of all this nonsense.
Yeah.
But what can we do? I think that these type of people will probably be online for a while still, probably saying the same stuff 10 years on. I'll get to like 80 with my crutch, and I'm sure there'll be like another generation doing the same thing. Well, hopefully not. But
Halima, you've got prejudices. You believe that your religion is superior. That's a prejudice. You believe that you're the only one who's correct.
Why is Babs getting timed out? Why is Babs getting timed out for saying, Sophia, you are a good person? And that's why real Muslims accept you, hun. So why did she get timed out for that?
Oh, so that's probably Halima, Bushra. timing her out because obviously it's a positive comment, and
Mm.
Halima doesn't like people that she doesn't like getting positive
Yeah,
comments.
it's very
With you.
fascist.
She's really weak-minded. I've sort of learned she
Yeah.
can't really handle like someone else's opinion. She'll either hop off the panel or she just sort of runs away.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's very fascist.
It's because she's of the mindset where she's trying to convince you that she's correct. She doesn't want to have open discussions. She wants to preach and try and make out that she's perfect and that her religion's perfect. And of course it's not. I don't think there is a perfect religion, actually, to be fair. But some are better than others.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've all got their tomfoolery going on, but you don't have to. Me and Cam were talking about this yesterday. You haven't got to follow everything to the T. Just be a good person. For fuck's sake, that's all people need to do. Just be a good person, try and be positive and help other people. That's rules that I live by, and I will help anybody. I don't care who they are.
Yeah, it's all just got a bit silly. I don't know why she couldn't have a normal conversation, but that's to her detriment, not mine.